Hello guys, and today I'll be giving you with a Roblox Studio tutorial. In this Roblox Studio tutorial, will be going over a thing in Roblox called tools. And if you don't know what tools are, uh, we'll just if here I'll just show you like a little example of what they are. So um uh As you can see, if we add a tool to the starter pack, it'll give us this kind of item. That's what I'm talking about here. So I'll be teaching you how to use tools and what you need to do to create a proper tool. So to create a proper tool, you first need to create a tool, obviously, and and there's multiple. I'll go over the properties of a tool first. So the first four properties, or five, whatever, four, are basically how the player holds the tool. So the rotation of the item that the tool will have. We'll go over that a bit. So you can mess around with these values, and they'll kind of rotate how the item that the tool has is rotated in the player's hand. Grip pause is like an extra offset, so you can kind of like make the tool's thing go a tiny bit, like it's like an offset from the player's hand. Tooltip is, for example, let's just say this to well. I don't know why, but if we put that to well, here, wait, let's stop this simulation. Let's just put the tool in the starter pack. By the way, if you put a tool in the starter pack, it'll actually put that tool in the player's backpack. So basically, the player will start off with the tool immediately. So as you can see, if we go inside our backpack and click on the tool, the tool tip will say well, and if we put our mouse on the tool, it'll say well. So that's basically what I guess well like well like thing, like a little word or label that pops up when you hover your mouse over the thing. Texture ID. Texture ID. Let's just get a quick decal. So just go to images and just pick out any decal. Here we'll get this decal. Oh my, that is actually very cursed, but we'll get that decal. We'll get the ID of the decal. We'll put it as the texture ID. Okay, so and we're gonna watch what this does. As you can see now, the since the texture ID is the girl clothes, or whatever you would like to call them, now like the little picture image for the tool is going to be the girl clothes thing. So yeah, that's basically what the texture ID does. I don't want that, so I'm just gonna get rid of the texture ID. Enabled, I'm not really sure what enabled does. Just keep that on if you want a working tool. I'm pretty sure it's probably not that important. Keep a chartable on. This will make it so it actually appears the tool actually exists in the game. Can be dropped. So basically, here, I'll explain. So if we play the game here, if we play the game and we equip the tool, you see, can be dropped will be on, okay? And if we press backspace, it will remove the tool from our thing, and well, it's supposed to put the tool in the workspace, but here, I'll show you an example. Just create a part, name this to handle. You don't have to follow along with what I'm gonna do here. Handle. Just put that inside the tool. Okay, here. So So basically, if can be dropped is on, then if you press backspace, it will actually it will actually take take out the tool from your inventory and put it somewhere. I'm not sure. Where's that little tool? I think it's supposed to like just drop the tool and give it to someone else. It is supposed to do that, but I don't know where it went there. But it's supposed to drop the tool. It's supposed to like teleport the tool in front of you, where someone else can pick it up. So if you did the handle thing, just delete that. So that's what can be dropped does. Manual activation only. I'm not sure what that does, but it's probably not important. Requires handle. Okay. So if we run the game, here, you see, if we equip the tool, nothing happens. Okay, so nothing happens. Okay, it just equips the tool, and there's no item in our hands. It just equips the tool. It's very broken. So it like the tool wouldn't work. So it wouldn't work. Okay. So we have to create a part or a mesh called the handle. Now the handle is like the little like part that, or like the item that the player's gonna have in their hand when they equip the tool. So if we just put the handle inside the tool. Now here's the important part. You have to name it handle. If you name it something else, Roblox will be super confused and it won't work. Okay, you have to name it handle. So as you can see, I named it handle. But if we go inside our backpack and we just change to this whatever nonsense, it'll break and it'll be super weird and stuff. So yeah, you want to name it to handle. And what this requires handle, well, now it's pretty it's pretty obvious. It just makes it so, does the tool need to require a handle in order to work? Because if we put some code inside it probably won't work if this property's on. And if it doesn't have a handle. But probably would work if it doesn't have a handle and this property is turned off. But if it's on, then nothing will work inside the tool. Well, at least that's to my knowledge. Some stuff could work, but you get the point. It's not working. So now let's actually learn how to use this tool and how to actually detect when the player equips it, detect when the player clicks, all that stuff. So we'll put the handle inside the tool. Now the first step, in order to detect, in order to detect if the tool is equipped and clicked and all that, we have to do that in a local script. You can do it in a server script, but in the server script, it might be a tiny bit limited, and there's some parameters you can't use. While in a local script, there's like tons of stuff. So you want to create a new local script, and inside here, you first want to make the variable. We're going to get the tool variable. So this is just basically going to be this tool object, okay? And basically, now in order to detect when the player like takes out the item or the tool or whatever, we need to first type in tool dot equipped. Now, whatever code inside these little things is going to run when the player equips the tool. So, for example, in a gun, you want to detect when the player has the gun actually out of their pockets, so they can shoot it. Now, there's one parameter that I believe you may not be able to use in server scripts. I'm not sure, but just do a local script, please. It's a lot better. So there's one parameter called mouse. Now, mouse is basically the mouse of the player. So basically, this parameter will give us all the mouse information. So we can get the mouse dot target, which is basically like part or point that the mouse is at, we can get the mouse's C-frame, which is mouse.hit, by the way. For some reason, it's called hit. Don't ask me why. We can get, yeah. So you get the point. It's basically the mouse object. If you want to learn more, you should probably search up another tutorial, or maybe you could go to the object browser and search for mouse. You can find it here. There's a lot of stuff right here. As you can see, there's all these functions that we're not going to really focus on too much. But yeah, so let's just close that out. So to detect when the player clicks on the mouse, so when the player clicks while having the tool equipped, you can type in tool.activated connect function, and you get the point. You can also just put that outside the equipped function, so you could just do this and it'll still basically do the same thing as this, but I like to put it inside the equipped thing. Now activated means like I clicked, so yeah. So then there's other stuff like there's unequipped. So what unequipped is you probably know what that means. Unequipped means, when the player stops taking it out and puts it back in their pocket. So yeah, there's some other stuff like deactivated and all that. We're not gonna focus too much on those since probably not gonna use those as often. Might use them, but probably not often. And yeah, another way to detect clicking is to type in mouse.button one down connect function. That's another way to detect clicking. So yeah, you can detect if the player right clicks by changing the 1 to 2. You can also detect if the player like lifts up. So basically, you can change down to up, which will run when the player which will run, like for example, let's just say I have my mouse down. Okay, if I let go of it, whatever code inside here will run. That's when I'm running the game, obviously. So yeah, that's the same thing for button 2. There's a lot of different functions with the thing. Let's just try to find. Pulling the mouse, what the heck? Let's just try to find. I already passed it. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. There's like hit icon and origin, but I'm not gonna focus too much on those. So let's actually try to use these. So here we'll type in. We can just type in print tool equipped. Tool equipped. We'll type in tool.activated print tool clicked, and then our final line could be tool unequipped connect function print tool unequipped. So if we run this, as you can see, if we equip it, it says tool equipped, and if we click, it says tool clicked, and then if we unequip, it says unequipped. So cool. That's basically how to use. That's basically most of the properties of the tools and how to detect some basic things from them. Hope you like this tutorial. So yeah, bye guys, and I'll see you in the next video.